back to another episode of Two Idiot Girls.
Woo! Yes.
I did it different this time, right?
No.
Okay.
You didn't.
You can't please them all. You know what I mean?
No, you did not.
Anyways, we're back with a new episode. This week we're doing part 2 of y'all's favorite movies and TV shows that are universally disliked.
Yes.
Could you think of any shows or movies that you know what? We just watched one. Another Cinderella story, the Selena Gomez one.
And we talked about that last episode.
But I think I haven't watched that movie since I was like at least 14.
Yeah, there were a lot of storylines in there I forgot about.
I didn't remember it being that long. Did you?
No, I remembered it. That there were just like some side plots that I like forgot about. Like the whole like her stepmom trying to get Joey Parker to like do a duet with her. Like I forgot about that.
I completely forgot Jane Lynch is in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The girl from She's the Man, the nerdy girl.
Oh yeah. The stepsisters,
Yeah.
the like cheating thing. Like I forgot about all of that.
I just didn't like when he figured out it was her at the party. I thought that's where the movie ended. I did not remember the rest of it.
No way.
How could I forget the big performance? Honestly.
Yeah. How could you forget the new classic? How could you? Yeah. My Billy and my dad are like so dramatic because like when we put movies on like that, they're like, oh, this is the worst thing in the world. And then my dad was like, that was just so corny. And Billy's like, I literally had to face away from the TV because I just couldn't. And I was like, you guys are so dramatic.
I know.
And I was like, I don't watch it because it's like
cinematic
Oscar
art.
worthy. I was like, we watch it because it's funny. Because
Yeah.
it's so cornball. It's funny. Kills me, bro.
And because it's a good movie.
Let's just call it what it is.
It's a cinematic classic, if you
Yeah,
will.
literally. But no, I haven't thought of anything new that I was like, damn, that was so good.
Yeah.
I did see some resurgence for the love for Ella Enchanted.
Mm-hmm.
I never really took to that movie. Wasn't really my vibes. But I do love Anne Hathaway.
And is it Hugh Darcy that plays the
I forget his name, but yeah.
love interest? Yeah.
I think so.
Just didn't do it for you.
Just doesn't do it for me. I think people are like super into that movie, but I'm like, it's like resurging.
I would like watch it, but I wasn't like
Yeah, it didn't get me fired up.
Yeah.
It was no passport to Paris, that's for sure. Let's just
what
put it that way.
That's what I'll say.
Let's just put it that way.
So, anyways, it was so funny because after we did the first episode, we had like 8 million more of you send in more of these. So
Perfect.
That's super awesome. We're going to start off with one of my favorite movies of all time. This is from Chelsea, and she said She's the Man. It's underrated comedy gold and only has a 43% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, one of Amanda Bynes' best work.
Yeah, honestly.
Amanda Bynes like truly was so funny. Like such a great actress, comedy actress. Great movie. As far as I remember, not problematic. I think there's probably some stuff in there.
There's a little bit of homophobia in there.
Oh yeah, well yeah, homophobia for sure.
Yeah.
So I take back what I just said.
Yeah.
You're right, for sure. Fuck me, I guess. That was an idiotic thing for me to say. It's in there, but it's also kind of not. You know what I mean? Like,
or there's some like toxic masculinity in there.
Toxic masculinity's in there. I don't know if I'd say homophobia. Only because he's super okay with his relationship with him. He just thinks he's weird.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny. Like the fact that he's like, that guy's a weirdo, but like, we're cool.
Yeah, and then there's some parts where she's like, be a man, rub some dirt in it.
Yeah,
like why do you always have to say stuff like that?
Exactly. And he's actually sensitive.
Yeah.
So I'll back to what I originally said. As far as I remember, nothing terribly problematic.
No,
like
especially for the time it came out.
For the time it came out, yeah. But great movie. Yeah. So funny.
Based on a Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
12th Night.
One of my mutuals, Cassidy, she was Sebastian Hastings for Halloween last year. And her best friend, my other mutual, Taylor, I think was Viola.
That's so funny.
Which was so
funny.
funny.
What a great lesbian costume.
Yeah, I think so.
That's so funny.
That's a great movie. So funny. 10 out of 10 rec, honestly. It hits every time.
There's this part where when the first time he's gonna take a shower and he doesn't realize other people are coming in, and what's his name hits him with the towel.
Yeah, I
remember the first time we saw it, we round it
on the head
10 times the RA.
Yeah,
that was Channing Tatum's like I want to say that came out before Step Up. No, it came out after.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that movie showed that he could be funny.
Yeah.
Like in
super.
The Lost City, he was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
What else have we seen him in? Oh, 21 Jump Street.
I was gonna say 21 Jump Street, and the other movies I can think of are like love movies,
Yeah.
not really like funny movies. But
Dear John.
The Vow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to hear something kind of like weirdly futuristic? When I was in 6th grade, I read the book Dear John by Nicholas Sparks.
Okay.
And if you remember, Step Up came out when I was in 5th grade. So we had already seen Step Up, and Channing Tatum had exploded.
Oh, and then you read the book?
And I read the book.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, this is well before the major motion picture.
You're right.
And when I read it, I remember thinking the way that he described what he looked like,
Yeah.
I was picturing. Every time I read books, I put characters in there. Like people behind the names so that I can watch the movie in my head when I read.
Yep.
And
I think a lot of people do.
No, I know, but I literally pick people like that exist. I don't make them up. I'm like, if they describe them, I link it to a real life person so that it's easier for me to imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Got it.
I remember in my head I cast Channing Tatum in that role in
Who
my
is
head.
the girl? Vanessa.
Ashley Tisdale, like literally the only blonde I knew of at the time. I don't remember who the girl was. I just remember Channing Tatum because I remember I had just seen Step Up and I was like, oh, that looks like what that guy looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the movie came out, like how long later, like 8-10 years later, and then they cast him, I was like, they're in my head.
Yeah.
Want to hear another example of that? Oh, I said this on the last one, Twilight. I listened to Paramore.
Yes.
And I listened to Paramore when I read the books well before the major motion picture.
Yes, okay.
And then they made music for the movie. Another one. When I read 50 Shades of Grey, I listened to a lot of Sia. And then she was also in there.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, she has songs on the 50 Shades of Grey.
Dang.
I'm like, the government truly is watching us all.
Shut up. I was gonna say, I just watched Mean Girls for the first time like recently.
Yeah.
In a very long time.
Yeah.
First of all, that movie is so fucking funny. So funny.
Mean Girls.
Yeah, obviously
Very
it's problematic, but someone just like, you can go shave your back now. Just like little one-liners like that are so funny. And then I saw a TikTok the other day that was talking about how Regina George is arguably one of the biggest lesbian characters in all of cinematic
I saw that
history.
one too.
So fucking funny.
And very true.
Let me tell you guys, I went to college and I played the first sport I ever played in college was rugby. Such a gay
she
thing to
played
do.
lacrosse.
I know. So that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
You're
well,
a
and I
lesbian.
think that's the joke.
Yeah, that's why she was projecting that onto.
Yeah, and I think that's the like tongue-in-cheek kind of thing that you're supposed to pick up on your own as like the audience.
Yeah.
I think that's what they intended, is that she's just like actually gay.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure most people who bully and project like that are. So it tracks.
Makes sense. This one's from Grace. She said the movie Get Smart. She's like,
with
okay,
Steve
first.
Carell?
Yeah, it's Steve Carell, Anne Hathaway, Dwayne Johnson. I didn't know he was in that movie. I fell in love with this movie when it came out, and I was little, and although I'm a cinephile, I've seen and loved a million movies.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, same. I always just say Get Smart when people ask my favorite because it's really funny, has a lot of plot twists.
I remember the movie, but I don't like fully
Honestly,
remember the movie.
I thought this
You were
was
talking
the
about Date Night.
with
Yeah.
Tina Fey, who I'm not the biggest fan of.
It's also problematic.
Yeah.
Which again, that movie Sisters, kind of funny.
Kind of funny.
And it's a bummer because wildly problematic.
Yeah.
But some of the jokes are pretty funny in that movie.
Like when the girl gets stuck in the hole and Kate McKinnon's like, come on, girls, let's save her. Give me all your carabiners.
Or like there's a part where she's like, she keeps kicking her like high school nemesis out of their party, who's Maya Rudolph.
Yeah.
And then she's like, let's settle this outside. The like third time she sneaks in, and she's like, all right, yeah, you want to settle this outside? We will. She's like, yeah, you know what? And I've been taking Pilates. She's like talking the whole way out. And then as soon as she gets out, she just slams the door. So, anywho.
Okay, cool. This next one's from Haley, and she said Pretty Little Liars. What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, were we in high school?
No, middle school.
No, we were in high school for sure. We were in high school.
You're
Yeah. And I remember thinking they're also in high school. Why
are they all so old?
Well, why do they dress so differently than I do when I go to school? But then I just recently saw a girl like talk about their outfits, and she's like
lawyers.
She's like, they're just like business casual every day at school, which was just such a look.
Like peplum tops.
Like the only one that was ever like in her, like killing it was Spencer with her vibes. You know how they each had like a style.
The lesbian did too. No.
No, they did Emily so bad.
Am I just biased because she's a lesbian?
Yeah, and she was hot, like Shay Mitchell.
I'd say that was another gay awakening. I feel like that was for a lot of people.
Oh, I'm sure.
So when I saw her kiss Mose, I was all, Mose?
Oh, I'm sure. I remember reading those books and I was like, what?
Why?
I was just like so like taken by the storyline of it all.
Oh, okay.
Like all these girls are like so young, but they're experiencing life in the fast lane because they live in this rich ass neighborhood.
Yeah.
But at the same time that they're like, it's like sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Their like lives are being threatened. You know what I'm saying? Like they're literally being terrorized by an invisible person. Like I remember thinking the plot is just so fascinating to me. Like great storyline. Like you could make a show forever.
Yeah, but it did get to a point where you're like, it's too much.
Well, and I read the books, so I know that they're moving the goalposts because it's like not supposed to follow it, so people don't know what happens. Yeah. But we did watch it pretty regularly when it first came out.
Yeah, I think I watched like probably the first like
3 seasons, maybe.
How many seasons are there? Do you know?
Dog, I don't even know. Probably like fucking 8.
Wait, they're making a new one though.
I know, and it's like a prequel, I think.
And it's gonna be on HBO, so it's gonna be hella spicy, I'm sure. So I'm excited for that one though.
No, it's gonna be like the Gossip Girl reboot.
Yeah, which is like, so I watched regular Gossip Girl.
I thought you said it was trash.
No, it is trash. But it's not spicy. Like like on the HBO one, they have like some of them are gay. Like the men are gay. Like they would never do that in like the other version. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of them are bi. Some of them are in threeples. Some of them are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I just mean about it like holding up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I might catch up on the new Gossip Girl. What are our thoughts?
Oh my God, I'm
7
such an
seasons.
idiot.
What?
I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
Is it bleeding?
Your thumb is.
Oh no, I think that's pizza.
I believe you
I thought there was something on my ear, and I was like trying to grab it with my nail, and it's literally my new piercing, and I'm an idiot because it was on the inside of my ear.
Oh no, am I bleeding? As if I can see that.
Well, I thought you meant like I thought it had gone like down my face.
Oh no, dude, what time is it? It's almost 10 p.m. We ate pizza like 6 hours.
No, we didn't. We ate pizza like a few hours ago. Don't make it sound like we ate pizza at 12. Dude.
Oh no, that's pizza. What the fuck, dude?
It's been a long day, dude. I'm going through it.
Okay, so I just Googled it. There's 7 seasons of Gossip Girl.
I knew it. I was close.
Wait, Gossip 8. Girl. I'm sorry. Pretty Little Liars.
I was close. I said 8.
Yeah, I think I watched the first 3 like
Same.
consistently. Yeah.
Once. Okay, I think I remember. Wait, no, hold on.
These are gonna be spoilers. So
yeah, I watched a Pretty Little Liars finale with Kehlani, and I remember because I recorded it, and you were in college.
Yeah, for YouTube, I remember.
Yeah, and I want to say it was when they found out like Mona was A or something. I forget. You know how there was like multiple A's, and like Spencer ends up being one of them. Like, what the fuck ever. But
no, when they said that Ezra was one, that was super trippy.
Yeah.
He was like, because it's a team of them. So when she found one, she thought they found the only one.
Yeah.
But Mona was like one of 7.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I want to say though that Allison was back, so I want to say it was a later season, like 3 or 4. I forget, but anyways, I just remember watching it, and that was when I stopped. Yeah. Like after that finale, I was like, I'm over this show.
There's too much, yeah.
Yeah, it just gets to a point where it's like, all right, already. Yeah. Like you just want them to live life. That's how I feel about Vampire Diaries.
And it's so funny that you brought that up because the very first one that we got was from Jamie, and she said the Vampire Diaries.
Listen, if you do nothing else and you're a big fan of like cheap drama, like watch Vampire
It's
Diaries.
a good show.
I highly suggest it.
And let me tell you something. Everyone on that show is so hot.
Like unbelievably, dude.
Everyone on the
Like
show. So
it's honestly kind of frustrating because it's like every single person.
But like Gossip Girl, you're like, some of them are, but not all of them. So I'm not invested.
Yeah.
But Vampire Diaries,
every single one. Yeah. And then like when they bring in new characters, same shit.
Hot, yeah.
Like it's like when they bring in their moms and dads, same shit. Like it's always the same. That show, I was so far up the ass of Vampire Diaries for so long.
Did you finish it all the way through or no?
I did, in the sense that I just skipped like around.
So you didn't.
Well, how many seasons of Vampire Diaries are there? I think there's like,
I think there's 8.
I thought there was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think there's 8.
Is there?
The way that you don't believe me? Yeah, there's 8 because I tried to rewatch it.
Okay, so 8. I think I stopped watching around like season 4. But then I got intrigued again because I would see clips, so then I would go back and I would watch episodes, or I would just like look up the highlights. I would like spoil them because I didn't want to watch the show anymore because I was like over it. But they really fucked the ending of that show like bad. The last thing though that I did see, like, that show, I honestly might have to rewatch it. But that show has everything. Every
time I watch like clips of people saying like TV characters that are clearly Virgos, I always send them to Drew.
Yeah.
And I saw that they said that they think Bonnie's a Virgo, which makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. She's the oil that keeps that machine running. That's for fucking sure. Poor Bonnie, dude. Justice for Bonnie. Bonnie suffers that entire fucking show to the very last episode. That bitch is suffering. Dude, it was so emotional. Like, just like how Glee knows how to do an emotional scene, Vampire Diaries, they be eating those scenes up.
And their music direction on that show.
Oh, so good.
Control. Very good.
The styling of everything is like, the colors, the outfits are garbage, but like they get better towards the end. But like that whole compilation, it's kind of fucked because then everyone's like, oh, thanks a lot, Bonnie. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, to the very end, dude, they blame Bonnie for everything, even though she's like one of the only reasons they're all still fucking alive.
Every time. Yeah, she brought Jeremy back to life the first time in season 1, I think, when he died.
She saved Damon. She saved Stefan. She saved Caroline. She saved Elena countless fucking times. That bitch saved everybody.
Yeah.
And honestly, rip, because the guy who plays Alaric on that show is a big fucking Trumpy, so fuck him. But like, our boy Stefan came through and was like cussing him the fuck out on Twitter. Shout out Paul Wesley. So that show, highly recommend. But I've said this publicly before and I'll say it again. As soon as they shot down Stefan and Elena's storyline, I was like, I'm out.
I'm out, yeah.
Checked out, babe.
And I'm not going to watch it.
You should watch it.
No, I'm going to finish New Gossip Girl.
Okay, but like, you should watch that too.
What are you watching right now? Nothing? You need to be watching
Nothing new.
Nothing new?
No, well, I just watched the Jeffrey Epstein documentary series, which everyone watched 2 years ago. And then I watched one on The Night Stalker, which was pretty scary. Pretty spooky.
I don't think I watched that one.
That's the one I knew. That one's so crazy because they basically delve into the lives of the people who were chasing him for however long.
Ooh.
For like 4 or 5, 6 months.
Like the detectives and stuff?
The 2 main dudes. Ooh. They like interview them and they film it kind of like a movie.
Yeah.
So like some parts you're like, because I just want to hear about the murders. Like I want to hear about the murders and I want to hear about the clues that you're finding to catch him. But yeah, that's super interesting. If you haven't seen that one, that's a good one.
I'm finishing Pen 15. It's one of my favorite shows. Almost done with it.
That's cool.
And then I think I'm going to finish Our Flag Means Death because I started it, but I never finished it. Mm-hmm. It's a pirate show. Cool. That's written, I think it's written by Taika Waititi.
I know. I think I've heard of that.
And it's basically about all these pirates that are really bad at what they, like, none of them want to kill people. Like, or all of them want to kill people, but they're being captained by a guy who's trying to be like a nice pirate. Who like likes to be nice to people that they steal stuff from and stuff like that.
That's funny.
It's really funny.
That's cool.
And then we just saw Thor: Love and Thunder.
Very good.
Very good. So funny.
I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Same. I liked it just as much as I liked Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think that honestly, I liked it better than Ragnarok. But I think that actually, no, I might take that back. I think I take that back. I think they're pretty equals. Yeah. But I think my only beef with it is that I thought Natalie Portman's... she was a badass. She was fucking badass in that movie. But I thought her banter was real chug.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's like that in the comics, and maybe I'm just ignorant, but
Yeah.
like, I know Thor's kind of chug, but like the way that they wrote him was like very like endearing. Like,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing.
Like himbo shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a himbo, but hers was just cringe.
Yeah.
Like, nothing about it was cool.
I feel that.
Yeah. So docked points, but other than that, very good.
A movie that's on here quite a lot is 500 Days of Summer.
That's a great movie.
Which I just recently watched. It's still really good. Yeah. It's kind of problematic because there's a part he's like, what are you, an F word? Or something like that. I'm all, what?
Also, like, talk about a soundtrack. That soundtrack eats so hard.
Regina Spektor. What's that one song everyone liked? Something Disposition.
Oh, Sweet Disposition.
Yeah.
There's a French song in that movie that's one of my favorite songs of all time. It's called Quelqu'un m'a dit, I think is what it's called.
Shut up.
I swear to God, that's one of my favorite songs of all time. Such a great song. It's a love song. I'm pretty sure I don't speak French, so. But that song's in there. I don't know. That song's in there. That's a great movie, and I would like to say too that when I first saw it, I was automatically team her.
Yeah.
When I first saw, I've been new. You know how like Joseph Gordon-Levitt had to go publicly say like, you guys should, if you think that he's like, you know, you feel bad for him, you should rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
And really look at it this time.
Yeah.
Because they said he's misogynistic and manipulative and he's a gaslighter and all of the things you don't want in a partner. So like she was nothing but honest from the beginning to the end.
Just honestly so delusional.
Yeah. And it's like, it's again gaslighting you into believing.
Self-serving, yeah.
Well, yeah, and it's just gaslighting you into believing it's your fault that you're not attracted to him like that, or that you don't want to commit to him.
Well, and then like that he believes that he deserves to be with her.
Yeah.
So then like, why wouldn't she want
to?
to?
So he feels entitled to her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying everything he sees that happens around him, he believes it in a self-serving way.
Yeah, and like, I'll never forget at the end when he's like, what the fuck, because she's married. Yeah. And she was like, I just knew. And he's like, what did you know? And then she said, what I was never sure of with you. And I was like, God damn. I remember thinking when I watched it, I said, damn, that's funny. Like, fuck him up, bitch. Because I kind of felt bad, but at the same time I was like, nah, fuck this guy. Like, he felt so entitled to her. Yeah. Like, that he could control her. Yeah, did she do some, like, kind of, like, shitty things? Yeah, but so did he. He did shitty things to her, too. At least she was honest the whole time. So, great movie. I know. Great rec.
Highly recommend.
Definitely not cheesy at all. You shouldn't be ashamed to love that movie.
The movie The Duff is on here a lot. And I have a lot of thoughts on this movie. Damn. So, when it came out, I thought, that's chuggy, I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah. And then I just recently tried to watch it, like probably like a month ago. Yeah. It's chuggy, 1. And 2, she's supposed to be the dumb, ugly, fat friend, right? Yeah. She's not fat.
No, designated.
Okay. But sometimes people say dumb. No. She's not fat at all, that girl who plays her. Yeah. I think that movie is misogynistic.
No, it is.
I don't like it at all.
That's like arguably one of the most like aggressive forms of like pick me and misogyny.
I just like horror movies and a flannel. I'm like, you're a lesbian. What are you doing?
Yeah, like you like women, so like, you know what I mean. And also it's also very misogynistic because it puts women in this constant race against each other. And it's also this like, you know what, you're right, I am ugly, but I love me. Like, nothing about that is empowering.
But I don't care.
But guess what? I choose me. Like, nothing about that.
I'm not changing for anyone. Well, and then her like hot ass best friend, he has to help her do her makeover, and he takes her to Fashion Boomy, right?
The Q.
Yeah. And then they try on clothes, and he's like, "No, you gotta be hot and have your tits out."
Yeah,
Why listen to
like he takes her to buy chonies.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's giving creeper.
Well, and it's just like, we're best friends. We live next door to each other, and like, I don't know. Like, I
think that Sterling's so played out. We've taken baths with each other. I'm not into him.
Well, and also the like taking off your glasses and you're hot all of a sudden.
Lets her hair down.
Yeah, like takes her hair out of the pony. Yeah. Like puts the book down, and then he can't believe his eyes. And like, I'm sorry, but like a dude that said to my face, "You're the designated ugly fat friend," you know, the one that like is like super easy to talk to, so like I can hook up with your fucking hot friends, you know? I'm not letting that man fuck me. Like, the fuck, dude? Like,
or being like, teach me to be like not
well,
me.
not even that. Like, at the end, they end up together.
Yeah.
You got me so fucked up, dude. Like, you can't even pass math, and you're gonna call me an ugly fat bitch. Like, go fuck yourself,
and she's
dude.
not even fat.
Or ugly, like.
No,
and
I'm
she's
just saying, like,
just
as
none
someone
of that.
who is fat, like, bigger than her,
Well,
I'm watching this.
And once again, fatness is equated to like
Being
gross,
less than.
ugly. But guess what? I love me. Like, that's nothing about that
and
is
that's
empowering.
what's attractive.
And also, like, because he loves me, I love me.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it gives me, those vibes. So I'd like to think that the stars of that movie look back and they're like, I simply do not see. Like, that's what I would do if that were me.
I think Bella Thorne's the mean girl in that movie.
Yeah, she is. But like, if I were them, I'd be like, what movie? I was never in that movie. Like, that's what I would do. Because obviously I know it's a different time. But it is a little recent. You know what I mean? It's not like She's the Man. Like, She's the Man was like long ass time.
She's the Man was like 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Duff. I was in high school, I think, when the Duff came out.
No, we were in college when the Duff came out.
You guys, the Duff came out in 2015.
Way too late, in my opinion.
Can't be acting like that.
That's what I'm saying. A little too late. Right before the Trump election. A little too late. You know what I mean? I know pick-me-isms weren't really top of mind at that time, but still.
I just don't get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. This next one's from someone named Ren. Mm-hmm. And she said, I don't know if it's universally disliked, but the High School Musical trilogy is quite literally my favorite movie trilogy of all time.
Listen, what we're never going to do in this house of worship is talk down on the HSM trilogy. I can't even tell you how feral I was for those movies.
Like, we loved Camp Rock because we loved the Jonas Brothers, but...
No, High School Musical was on a whole nother level. I had a pillow that used to sing We're All in This Together. It was like a speaker and a squishy pillow. Like those... Remember those ones that were super popular at the time? They were like almost like Beanie Babies.
Yeah. Yeah, it had the sand in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one in it.
That was our generation's squishmallows.
No, literally those pillows. No, deadass.
You had a soccer one too.
Like yeah, I did. Yeah, soccer ball. Yeah. The High School Musical movies, bro, they had me in a chokehold.
Which one's your favorite one? And why is it the second one?
The second one, yeah, I'm going to say the second one only because it has a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
A little bit of everything that 3 had and a little bit of everything that 1 had. 1, they're a little too green for me.
Yeah.
2, they're all nice and warmed up.
Yeah. And then the third one's just sad. You don't watch the High School Musical show with Olivia Rodrigo?
No, but I do love Olivia Rodrigo.
Highly recommend. If you're listening to it, highly recommend. You should go watch it.
Yeah.
Drew's not going to.
I'm not going to.
Anyone listening or watching?
Because I would never do that.
Go watch it.
I would never do that to my patron saints.
There's a new season coming out in August, and I'm very excited about it.
Cool. Congratulations.
My friend's in there.
My friend's in there. But the High School Musical movies, bro.
What's your favorite High School Musical song? You have to pick one. And why is it Every Day?
Fuck no, that's a terrible choice. That's a terrible choice.
That's my favorite one.
That's a terrible choice. See yourself out on it immediately. One of the best songs is all A Night to Remember.
Ooh, yeah,
I Want It All is a great one.
Yeah.
Work It Out.
What's the one where in the third one where they're dancing? That's all of them.
A Night to Remember.
No, I'm sorry, when they're slow dancing. Can I have this dance?
Oh, Can I Have This Dance? Dog, come on.
Her outfit in that scene.
Her outfits ate that entire movie.
Yeah.
Whoever styled Vanessa Hudgens, hair and makeup too. Literally.
In all 3 or in the third one?
No, in the third one.
So good.
They ate it up. Like literally to this day, I still remember most of the outfits she wore. She wore dancing heels with a lot of the dresses. Don't know how I feel about that. But she was a big sundress girl in the third one. She ate every single one. Yeah. The hair, the extensions.
Yeah, I didn't like her hair in the second one. The little ringlet bob she was doing.
Yeah, no, it doesn't serve her full potential.
But all of them look strange in that one because in that one, Zac Efron's wearing like
blue contacts,
icy blue contacts. He has that filter on that Dove Cameron watches TikToks with.
That's like the filter that. That's the filter that everyone's like no one, and it says people with blue eyes. That's literally him that whole movie.
And he's too tan. That one for whatever reason.
Yeah, he was over tanning in that one. Ashley Tisdale ate in that one though.
She
looked
looked
great.
all of them. Her and Ryan.
I just meant outfit wise.
Yeah.
She really served it up in the second one, and then the third one she looked even better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. The third one was when her outfits really kicked it to the next level. That's when all of them were really into extensions too.
Did you see the tea that like Ashley Tisdale was always closer to Vanessa Hudgens' boyfriends than she is to Vanessa? So like when her and Zac Efron broke up, she still stayed friends with Zac, which to me makes sense because they all did High School Musical together.
Yeah.
But then with Austin Butler, she's still really good friends with him. And she does, and I saw in Dumois that they were saying, whoever sent it in was saying that she's basically not a girl's girl. And that she's super close with Austin. Like, she posted pictures of how he finally got to meet her baby after he was in Australia all that time filming. Because I think she had her baby, like, last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because, you know, he filmed Elvis. And
yeah.
And then he finally, she was like, oh, yeah, he's, like, my best friend. I'm so excited he got to meet my baby. But the tea is, like, obviously he cheated on her.
Yeah.
And she found out while she was in Germany filming, probably the Princess Switch 7 or whatever fucking movie.
The next Netflix original.
Princess Switch Baker bitch.
Yeah. Princess switched back and switched again.
Yeah. Switcheroo.
Yeah.
That she found out while she was there, and so she broke up with him over the phone. And then her sister surprised her and flew out to go see her, which like makes me sad because that's like us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's the end, and that's the tea. It's also from Dumois. Don't quote me, but that's what it's
tea. I wonder, because my money, if I was going to put my money on anyone to be a pick-me, it would have been Vanessa.
It would have been Vanessa, yeah.
But, I mean, she still very well could be. They could just be out pick-meing each other.
That clip of her rapping that Nicki Minaj lyric, and I thought it was at the Billboard Awards that Drew went to, and Drew goes, nope, it's an old clip.
No, bitch, that's old.
What? Was it Pull Up in the Sri Lanka? Was it that clip?
Yeah. She's just the definition of chug to me.
What I don't understand, this sounds so mean. I don't think she's a good actress at all.
That's not mean. That's just an opinion. It's a fact, to be honest.
It's called being truthful. I think she's a terrible actress. But I get why she gets.
But in the High School Musical movies, she's okay.
Yeah.
She's bearable.
But then friends, we're going to take a quick break for a little ad moment, and this one's with the Bud Light Seltzer family. So we're super excited for summer, and we're really excited to try Bud Light Seltzer's Loudest Flavors Ever. They're all about bold flavor, variety, and fun with their Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda Pack, Bud Light Seltzer Retro Tie-Dye Pack, and new flavors, Tangerine and Watermelon, in their Classic Variety Pack. These are the perfect seltzers to enjoy with friends all summer long. So I personally have tried the Bud Light Hard Soda Variety Pack. It includes classic cola, cherry cola, orange soda, and citrus soda. And let me tell you, these are so yummy. I would say my favorite was probably the citrus one. It kind of tasted like Mountain Dew, but not as Mountain Dew. It just tasted really good. And it doesn't have that much alcohol in it. It doesn't taste too sweet. It's like the perfect mix. And then I also, from the Bud Light Classic Variety Pack, have tried the mango and black cherry ones. Those ones are my absolute favorite. They're super, super good. Some of my favorite summer experiences and things to do while I'm enjoying a Bud Light Seltzer is definitely family game night, or if we're having a barbecue or some sort of party situation. Those are always really fun to have these drinks at. And to find a retailer who delivers right to your door, head over to budlight.com to learn more. Bud Light Seltzer, the loudest flavors ever. Enjoy responsibly. Messaging for 21 plus. And now we'll go back to the episode. This next one's from Bailey, and she said, lemonade mouth is my shit, and I feel like that's a hot take. What are our thoughts?
It isn't today's, but that's because she's gay.
I don't think it's a good movie.
It's not, but like you made me watch it under the guise that it was. That movie is garbage. Listen, what's her name? Bailey. That movie is trash. Now, if you were to come in here and say she's so gone, it should have been nominated for several Grammys.
Now we're talking.
I would have to agree. But since you're talking about the movie is garbage, and let me tell you something. The scene where the redhead goes to what's-her-face's house, to Charlie's house, to Good Luck Charlie's house.
She's not even Charlie.
I know, she's not Charlie.
Isn't she Teddy?
I don't fucking know, Dan. But, like, she goes
that show came out after our time.
Yeah, and that show... Anyways,
I think it's funny when people talk about how hot they think dad is.
Yeah, and the mom's a fucking Trumpy. Like, fuck that show. Anyways, when the redhead goes to Good Luck Charlie's house... Mm-hmm. And she's been so, like, weirdly like cards close to the chest about her family life, and they're like, bitch, are you an orphan? And she's like, not technically. And they go and she lives with her grandma, and then he goes, dude, this is the funniest sequence in a movie ever, but most especially this line. Yeah. He's sitting with her, they're trying to make music.
Is this like in the backyard or something?
Yeah. He's sitting with her trying to make music. Everyone's gonna know the line I'm talking about if you've seen this fucking terrible movie. And then he's like, yeah, he's like, ooh, I like that. Like, whatever, right? They're vibing with the beats. Determinate. That's the song they're writing. And then he looks over and he goes, man, that cat. Hold on. He says, he goes, man, that cat is old. I literally remember going, what? Like, what the fuck? Like, you're deep in the trenches of like melodies, and you look over here, man, that cat is old. And if that weren't bad enough, that bitch starts crying immediately. Immediately, that bitch starts crying, and then she goes like this. Oh yeah, and then he goes, is that like your cat or something? Like, it's just him being completely void of any sort of empathy.
As if like, whose fucking cat would it be in your backyard? Like, is that yours?
Just to be like, to see it and be like, man, that cat is old. Like, obviously I'm being dramatic, but it was enough. It was jarring enough to be like, what? That movie felt like people wrote 3 to 4 unfinished movies and just put them all together in one.
Yes.
So then she's like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah. And he goes, is that like your cat? Like, his just completely monotone disposition towards this animal that clearly holds a lot of like weight with her. And then she goes, yeah, my dad's in prison. And it's like, what? Like, hello?
What does that have to do with the cat?
And then she's like, so it's like, and my mom died, so like, this is all I have left. Would you not be like, huh? Like, if you were sitting there trying to ride a bridge, and then she's like, my dad's in prison. And like, for what? Like, wouldn't she be like, oh, okay. She's like, that's pretty much all I have of her. And she's like, about to die any day now. And then he's like, determinate. What do you think?
So are we like sold on that hook?
So like if, you know, are we feeling those notes, or like, should we take it an eighth above, or like,
anyways,
like Sarah, cringe. That's from Sarah's shower. She said, I like to say that during intimate moments with people, like they're having an intimate moment, I'm all cringe. And then when Chrissy, this is from my panel at VidCon, when Chrissy did, she told the story about the dude with the gun. He showed her the gun when they were on a date, and then I told Sarah, I'm all cringe. Sarah started laughing. She goes, so cringe when your date brings a gun.
Okay, so this is from Melissa, and she said, Gossip Girl is one of my favorite all-time shows, and I know it's really embarrassing. It's so unrealistic and extra dramatic, and there's no way every single character has a life-altering crisis every Thanksgiving. She also said, Drew's love for the Vampire Diaries made me start watching it. I'm about a third of the way through season 2. Good luck, girly. And am hooked.
Season 2 and 3 of Vampire Diaries should be in a Hall of Fame. Like, it really fucking should. 4 eats even more. Once it got to 5, I was like, you're losing me. You're losing me. And then 6, there was like, I'm cutting it off.
I'm out. Yeah.
Like I said, I don't like to keep toxic people in my life. As someone who's working on their growth. So I cut off. What was the show again? Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
I never watched Gossip Girl. It never really appealed to me. I did go through a phase where I started watching scenes of it. Yeah. That's what I'll do. I like won't watch the whole show. I'll just watch the highlight reels. But like when I was watching, I think it was I'm forgetting their names. Blair
and Chuck.
Yeah, Blair and Chuck. Watching their like relationship evolve and shit. And then when he was like, yeah, like my dad's a murderer, like whatever the fuck his dad was doing. I was like, what? Like I literally was like, I thought this was like high school like drama. And then he was like, yeah, my dad's going to jail for murder. I was like, what the fuck, dude? And then he went, man, that cat is old. I never really got into Gossip Girl. You liked Gossip Girl.
I watched all of Gossip Girl. It was pretty good. It's just like it's like white people shit. Like it's so ridiculous. Like you can't help but watch all of it.
Yeah, I feel that.
I did guess a lot of what was gonna happen, which I was really impressed by.
Did you know who Gossip Girl was?
No, that was the only one I didn't know. But I did guess like there's a whole. I'm not gonna. Well, I'll ruin it. I don't care. You guys are gonna watch it, but. There's this part where you think Chuck's dad has died, and then I kept saying when I was watching, I was like, "There's no way that guy's dead. That doesn't make any sense." I'm like, I bet it's him that's doing all of like he was doing a bunch of shit behind the scenes behind all of them, and he ended up being alive. And
was he responsible?
He did something. I don't remember. And then I tried the reboot. I'll probably finish it.
Yeah.
It's just like. It's like the old one, but it could be more graphic, so there's way more sex and stuff like that in it, like I was talking about. But
yeah,
more drugs
and more like different types of sexual relationships. It's not all heterosexual relationships.
And then there's a lot of. It's obviously made now, so then there's like one of the girls is like an influencer, so she deals with like getting canceled and stuff like that. And so
okay.
It's like a more
cringe
when you lose your whole career.
Yeah, cringe.
It's more modernized, but
just like he's all that with she's all that.
No, it's he's all that.
Oh, with Addison
Rae.
Rae. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing a reboot these days.
Yeah, well, just like her being an influencer, it's like set in modern time kind of thing.
Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. And then like, yeah, I've watched it. It's all right. Nothing to write home about.
I feel that.
There's a Hawaiian guy in it though. That's the only reason.
Yeah, I knew that. I remember seeing him on all the billboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw him at Coachella. Handsome man, not very tall.
We did.
Oh, me and Damien did.
Oh.
Okay, this one's from Lexi, and she said, any Melissa McCarthy movie except the puppet one, but most especially Tammy.
I loved Tammy. I thought Tammy was so funny. I know a lot of people really fucking hated that movie.
Yeah.
But I thought Tammy was so funny. I'm just such a fan of Melissa McCarthy. Like, she is unbelievably funny.
They just put The Heat on HBO Max.
One of my favorite movies.
Her funniest one, yeah.
That's one of my favorite fucking movies. Like,
have you watched Identity Thief with her and Jason Bateman?
I've seen parts of it. I've never seen the whole thing.
It's so funny. That's a really good one too.
Like Tammy, the part where they're in the woods and then the grandma's like, oh my god, it's so quiet. And she's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Get in the car. Like, dude, that part literally almost made me shit myself because I was laughing so hard. I fucking love Tammy. Anything with Melissa McCarthy being a main character, sign me up, honestly. Sign me up immediately. I remember I know everyone like remembers she blew up in the sense of Bridesmaids. Yeah. And I remember her talking about how when they said this character is weird, right? Like she had said like, oh, I'll give you weird. Like they never told her to act the way that she ended up acting in the movie. Yeah. They just gave her a loose direction and they were like, this is our idea. I think
she came in like not wearing makeup.
Yeah, she never wore makeup for that role. Like she came with her own outfits. Like she built some of the outfits like how she wears like fucking golf shirts and shit. Like and the little Kangol. Like she built some of those outfits herself. Yeah. So like, and she started acting like someone who's like so strange but like strong and independent but also confident but very sexual, but also very rude and funny, like, you know what I mean, like all of that shit. She literally, the weirdness of her, she made up on her own. So she is so funny. Melissa McCarthy, I stan.
I totally agree. This one's from Megan. I think that's how you say her name. And she said, I don't know if Naked and Afraid is universally disliked, but I used to think it was stupid AF. Then I got addicted to laughing at the people that suck at surviving, even though I would never last a day clothed trying to survive in the wilderness.
Yeah, I went through a Naked and Afraid phase. When I was in college, my friend and I would watch it all the time.
So what is the premise of this show? They
basically partner two people together.
So these are people that don't know each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're typically a man and a woman. And they drop them off in the wilderness somewhere, and they're each allowed to bring one item. And then they have to see how long they'll last out there.
Okay. What's like an impressive like episode you've seen?
I've never seen an impressive one. That's why it's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what do they usually pick? Like a weapon?
Like that's funny. What's funny about that is like sometimes they'll pick like the stupidest things. Like someone's like, "Oh, I brought a lighter." And it's like, I mean, yeah, but that's going to run out of fluid eventually. You know what I mean? Or like they'll bring like a rope.
Oh, okay.
For what? Like there's no traversing of any kind. Like
what would you bring if you were dropped off in there?
I would never do that. I'd probably bring
like a knife.
Yeah, knife, maybe matches, but matches burn out. So like, I'd probably bring a lighter too because I'm a dumb bitch. But like,
I'd bring my SPF.
Not even. I'd bring a big party bag of hot Cheeto puffs. That's what I'd bring. And I'd sit there and eat and just wait for the bugs to send my partner home. The bugs are what send them home a lot of times. Like what does that mean? They get eaten alive by mosquitoes and they're naked. Okay. And then they're literally like, I can't do this. I'm sorry. Like they literally like immediately like I can't do it.
I would probably just bring underwear.
No, you can't. You can't bring clothes.
Oh, okay.
You literally don't even have shoes. So sometimes they'll be on like spiky ass rocks. Like the first thing some of them do is like try to fashion an outfit.
Out of like stuff?
Out of like wilderness things.
Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes they just are like, fuck it. Like they just walk around naked the entire time. But they'll make shoes. Because their feet hurt. So they'll make shoes.
Do they put them in like snow?
No, they always put them in hot climates.
Oh, okay. Because they'll die in the snow.
Yeah, they'll die.
They're like, you can die of heat exhaustion, but not
No, but
snow.
they'll literally get eaten alive by bugs. Like they have like night vision cameras in there when they make a shelter and you just see them going like it's so that show is so incredibly ridiculous that it's like fun to watch. But like it's always funny because they'll pick people who consider themselves very outdoorsy.
Okay.
So they're like, "Oh, I'm someone who could literally live off the land." Like,
what do you think's a good thing to bring? Nothing?
Bug spray, because one time someone brought bug spray and they lasted a long ass time. Oh, really? I'm telling you, like they literally were like, my family told me to bring like matches or something, but like I'm not getting eaten alive by bugs. Like they were literally like, fuck that shit, because they've probably watched the show a lot.
Oh, okay.
And like sometimes they'll like show them like turning on their side, like trying to sleep, and their whole back is covered in like red welts because they're getting eaten alive. By like all kinds of bugs, not just mosquitoes, but all kinds of bugs. Yeah.
They probably did so many like shots and vaccines.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah. And I remember like thinking when they film it, they're like there's like men with like clothes and shoes on and shit, and they're like probably having lunch catered, and like they film them being miserable, and then they just go to their trailers and they just leave them there being miserable.
That's so funny.
But yeah, the bugs, like I've seen people bring bug spray and they last a long time because they're like fuck that. They're like, they just bring.
As soon as you run out, you're like, I want to go home.
Yeah.
Do they win money?
You win some kind of prize of some sort, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but it's not a race. They're not like outlasting each other. Mm-hmm. But like sometimes people want to go home early. Okay. I think they have a time limit. I think it's like they have like 3 days or something, if I remember correctly.
That doesn't seem that bad.
In the wilderness in like Brazil.
Damn.
Naked.
Yeah.
And afraid. See what I mean? Like, and sometimes they'll look for shit to like eat. I've seen them like hunt before, or like there's been like other things trying to like steal their food.
Like what? Like monkeys?
No, they never put them anywhere where there could be like
actual animals.
Animals that could like literally kill them.
Oh, okay.
But they'll like put them near like
squirrels and stuff.
Yeah, like sometimes there'll be like, oh my god, is that a werewolf or like something? But I think that's like a dramatization of it, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like sometimes I saw this guy like set a trap to like catch fish or like birds or something to cook, and like he caught one, but then like a crocodile like came and fucking stole it, and then he was like pissed, and he was like, fuck, like god damn it. So, and they'll give them like a little satchel though
that has like water in it.
No, it just like has their one thing in there. And they always bring like a bandana or something to tie on their head.
Okay, this is the last one. Ready?
Okay.
This is from Cameron, and she said the Suicide Squad, or just called, Suicide Squad. This is a 2016 version. I know deep down that it's a bad movie, but it's so good at the same time. I don't know about that. That it becomes camp. Margot Robbie legitimately carries the DC universe as Harley Quinn, which is the movie's ultimate save, because we need, as a society, need to accept and openly admit that Cara Delevingne is not an actress.
It's fucking tea. I like how the last bit was just a fucking drag. To your point of Margot Robbie, I was gonna say, like, just say like Margot Robbie, because like she does carry that. I would argue to say the second Suicide Squad is more camp than the first one.
I agree, yeah.
I would argue that, because the first, just because it's bad doesn't mean it's camp. Always.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like tongue-in-cheek bad, and that's what makes it camp.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's just bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think the first Suicide Squad is just bad.
Yeah.
The second one, though, is very camp.
The James Gunn one, yeah.
Yeah, that one's very camp.
I would say Birds of Prey was kind of campy, wasn't it?
Yeah, a little. Yeah, I would say a little, but
Yeah.
Birds of Prey did not do well, if I remember correctly.
I don't know why. It was so good.
I thought it was good. I rewatched it recently on a plane, and it was good. It was just long.
Yeah.
And there were like certain parts that kind of felt unnecessary. Like it
Yeah.
dragged a little. Like you could have easily cut this out.
Yeah.
But like Margot Robbie serves always. So
Period.
anything she's in, she's like
I'm
so
so
good.
excited for the new Barbie movie. It's gonna be so good.
I know. I'm excited to see it too. But I would say the second Suicide Squad was good. Entertaining, funny, like sweet.
Well, and the way they marketed it, they had all these guys in it, and you didn't know that all of them were gonna die like as soon as they all go out.
Oh my God, I know. Genius marketing for
so
that.
Funny, yeah.
And it was so funny. So I would argue that one's more camp, especially with the gore.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty gory compared to the first one, if I remember correctly.
Well, the first one, yeah, with Cara and stuff was like
Nah.
good. It had kind of a stacked cast too, with like Will Smith and everyone else.
What's that dude's name? The British dude that plays Boomerang or whatever. Boomer.
He's Australian.
Oh, I thought he was British.
Nah,
What's his name? I keep saying Ed Hardy. Tom Hardy.
it's not Tom Hardy. He looks like him.
I'm telling you.
It's not. I'm looking it up right now. He was in something else. I can't think of his name though. Okay, this is him. Oh, Jay Courtney.
Who's Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy plays he played Bane.
I didn't watch that Batman.
No, you were just Bane for Halloween?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy, he plays Mad Max. Okay, look. So this is
Okay.
So this is Jay Courtney. I'll put the picture right here for
Okay.
Drew. Can you see?
Okay. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
Okay. That's Boomerang?
Yes. And then this is Tom Hardy. Different man.
You're telling me those aren't the two of the same people?
Different font.
Me forgetting that, just mixing up all white men with a mustache or a goatee.
I think they're both. Oh wait, no, I think Tom Hardy is British.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he's in Peaky Blinders. You should watch that show. I
Billy
think you would
literally
like
told
it.
Billy, I'm not even joking you, yesterday, told me that the name of that show annoys him so much he never wants to watch it. He literally told me that. I heard the movie, I heard it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And then he goes, based off that title alone, I never want to watch it. It makes me upset. That's just a peek inside
Fucking
Billy's brain.
stupid. Yeah, and they say, welcome to the Peaky
Peaky Blinders.
That's what they
I
say,
know.
welcome to the Peaky Blinders.
Someone said on one of my videos, they were like, telling me that they were from the UK.
Okay.
And they were like, your British accent's pretty funny. And not too bad. And they said, but it's very Love Island.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like
Always.
I feel like most people who imitate your British accents are either Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins, which is really bad, or they're Love Island. So there's
Yeah.
like no in between unless they're like actually
Yeah,
really
I
good.
had no idea he was American. I believed him.
No, I literally remember watching a Vanity Fair shoot with all the British actors and actresses of like, it was in like 2018 or 19, something like that. So like the entire cast of Game of Thrones was in there.
Colin Firth, was he in there?
Yeah, like Judi Dench was in there, like it's like all these actresses that are like well established and older.
Yeah.
Just a whole bunch of them because they were all in like Vanity Fair or something like
Okay,
that.
Helen Mirren was probably
Yeah. So they all asked them whose what's the worst British accent you've ever seen in media? And every single one of them, I'm not even joking, you said Dick Van Dyke.
Really?
Every
Well,
single
he's
one
supposed
of
to be
them.
Cockney, so maybe that's why, and I don't really know what that sounds
It
like.
was, the Cockney is like the least part of it's like, it's just everything about his accent, like they found so incredibly terrible.
And like offensive.
I'm literally gonna look up the clip where they're all going Dick Van Dyke. Like literally, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
that's interesting.
not that I knew Dick Van Dyke wasn't British, but I just found it funny that them of all generations, like from like 70 years old all the way down to like 19, they all said the same person.
Because I was gonna say that you didn't watch Moon Knight, which was the Disney show, with Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
He plays one of his multiple personalities. That character is a British guy. And so do you know Theories by T? He's on TikTok. He's like mutuals with like Straw Hat and all them. He's British. Okay. And so he said, I don't understand his accent. Like it's not bad, but it's not good, and you could tell it's not natural to him.
Yeah.
And then there's this part where Oscar Isaac's character like falls out of a building, and it's the British version of him, and he has multiple personality disorders. So he jumps back and forth between them. And so when he's jumping from the American one to the British one, when he falls out of the building, he yells something, but I can't remember what he yells. And Theories by T said that's like an American version of that would be you yelling "Slay Queen, yes!" Like you were saying, like, and they're like, that's how Americans talk. You know?
He was like, "Blimey."
Yeah, but it was like worse than that.
Yeah, it's just like kind of like shrimp on the Barbie for like Australian accents.
Yeah,
that
where
type
he
of
was
shit.
like Americans don't say stuff like that like all the time.
Yeah, that's yeah. I think I was mostly surprised just by the fact that they were all so in agreement about it.
Yeah,
and they all. Like, sometimes they would ask them together, like, in pairs, and they'd be like, who'd you say? And he'd be like, Dick Van Dyke. He's like, yeah, me too. Like, they were all like, Dick Van Dyke, for sure. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. All right, friends, that's going to do it for this week's episode. Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you liked it. You can listen to this everywhere you listen to podcasts, and you can watch the video version on our YouTube channel. But other than that, we hope you have a great week. We'll be posting a new questionnaire for whatever the next 2 episodes will be. I'm not sure yet, but check our Instagram for that. Other than that, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.